these fish don't know my tricks. They've never seen what I'm throwing at them. So they're all new. And it seems like you can figure out something that locals don't do that the fish have never seen before. And 90% of the time you will beat most of the locals. Like one thing that I usually start out with is before you get there, like I said earlier, a couple months out, this says 1 to 2 months prior, but I'll start monitoring water levels. If you go on the internet and pretty much any lake in the country, say you're going to, we'll use Chickamauga for an example. You can just go to a Google search, type in Lake Chickamauga lake levels, and it'll pull up the Army Corps of Engineers timeline of the lake levels, and you can look at levels for the past 3 years. So you can look at, say you're going to Chickamauga in March of 2020, this year. You'll be able to track the water level for the last 3 years and make sure the level is the same as it was the last couple years, that nothing abnormal is happening. And as long as you see that everything's maintaining the same, so you look at the water level right now and it's at, I don't know what feet Chickamauga is, but we'll just use an even number like 100 is full pool. And so in March, the lake level was at 100. You look back at 2019 in March, the lake level was at 99. 2018, it was at 101. So that's normal level for that time of year. And you can use that information to calculate that, you know, the lake's on its normal current, you know, water level for the time of year you're gonna be there. So you can, when you look at tournament results from that time of year, it should remain the same because the water's the same level. So that's one thing you can do, is tracking the lake level. Weather patterns, that's the kind of a given, but that's something that I don't really pay attention to until you get closer to time. Like 2 weeks before I leave to go to an event is when I really start. That's when I'll get on my phone and I'll actually add the city location I'm going to on my phone and start following the actual weather patterns, seeing if, you know, we're coming off a cold front or if the weather's been stable for 2 weeks leading up to event and then they're forecasting a cold front. When I get there for practice, I'll know where the fish should be instead of what's going on right now. Because if you think about going to a lake like Chickamauga in March, if you pull up your phone 2 weeks before you get ready to go and it's 70 degrees, 70 degrees, 70 degrees, 60-degree lows, you know those fish are probably getting ready to pull up there to start spawning. But then you look at the extended forecast and the day you're supposed to be there, air temp 52, lows 31. So if you hadn't looked at that forecast and known that it was so warm for the weeks prior, you would get there and it would be cold and you're thinking, well, these fish are gonna be in a dead winter pattern. But knowing that they had that big warming trend, you'll know there's gonna be in a population of fish that's already moved up, staging the pre-spawn, maybe even getting back in the coves, pushing back already to start spawning from that weather that was a couple of weeks earlier.
It's Mike Iaconelli. This is Bass U TV.
Here's what's awesome about Bass U TV.
You get the top instructors.
You will learn things at Bass U that you will learn nowhere else.
We take the mystery and the myths out of bass fishing.
Real tools that help you catch more fish consistently.
At Bass U TV, shoes are optional.
And I like turtles.
And that's why you want to check out Bass U TV.
Join the Bass U family.
Welcome to Bass U TV.